Hello everyone, my name is Swati Malik and now I will be explaining what is quadratic equation. So before we know what is quadratic equation, we have to know about linear equation. Linear equation can be in one variable and it can also be in two variables. So an equation which can be put in the form a1x1 plus a2x2 plus a3x3 up to an so on plus b equals to 0. This equation is known as linear equation, and here in this equation x1, x2 up to xn, all these are called variables, and a1, a2 up to an, all these are called coefficients. So in this equation a1 is called coefficient of x1 and x1 is a variable, and variables are also known as unknowns, for which we have to find the value, for which we have to find the solution of the equation. So many problems can be solved with linear equations, but there are some problems which cannot be solved with linear problems. So there comes quadratic equations. So to know about quadratic equation in detail, we will know firstly what is quadratic polynomial, and to know what is quadratic polynomial, we will know what are polynomials. So these are equations. I have written here 2x cubed plus 5x square. Okay, in this equation there is only one variable, which is x. So this is a polynomial of one variable. And in this equation 3y square plus 6x square plus xy, there are two variables, x and y. So this is polynomial in two variables. So now we know what are polynomials. After this, I will explain you what is the degree of a polynomial. So in any polynomial, highest exponent is called degree of that polynomial. In this equation, what is highest exponent means highest power of the equation, 3. So in this equation 3 is the degree of this polynomial, and in this equation what is highest exponent, 2. So here degree of polynomial is 2. So polynomials with degree 2 are called quadratic polynomial. Quadratic equation can be written in this standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Here a, b, c are constants, and x is called variable. For the value of x, this equation holds true, and this is quadratic equation. Now I will discuss what is root of quadratic equation. So this, the value of x, the value of unknown variable for which the quadratic equation holds true. For this value, quadratic equation will hold true. Next, to find the solution of quadratic equation, there are various methods, and first I will find the solution of quadratic equation with factorization. This is the simplest method. In this, we split the values and factorize the equation. We have to split this value in such a way that when we multiply both those values, it comes 5x square, and when we add up those both values, it comes minus 6x. So x square minus 5x minus x plus 5 equals to 0. So minus 5x into minus x comes out 5x square, and minus 5x minus x comes out minus 6x. Now we take x common, x minus 5 minus 1, x minus 5 equals to 0. X minus 5 x minus 1 equals to 0. So here x minus 5 equals to 0 gives x equals to 5, and x minus 1 equals to 0 gives x equals to 1. So we have two values for x, 5 and 1. So this is the method of factorization. Completing square. In this method, what we do? We half the coefficient of x and we add and we subtract the square of half the coefficient of x. X square minus 6x plus 5 minus half the coefficient of x. So half the coefficient of x is 3. 3 square and plus 3 square equals to 0. In next step, we rearrange this to solve the equation. X square minus 6x plus 9 plus 5 minus 9 equals to 0. X square minus 6x plus 9 equals to, this will be solved as 4. So now this will be x minus 3 whole square equals to 2 square. A square plus b square plus 2ab comes out a plus b whole square. So this is solved by this formula, and now we have x minus 3 equals to 2. Here x minus 3 equals to, this 2 can be positive or negative. So when we have x equals to 3 plus 2 equals to 5, and when we have 3 minus 2 equals to 1. So again we have two values, x equals to 5 and 1. This is quadratic formula. We can also solve quadratic equation with quadratic formula, and this is applicable for all quadratic equation. We can solve any quadratic equation with quadratic formula, and this is x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. b square minus 4ac is known as discriminant. Discriminant, and this is denoted by d. This is denoted by d. Now we will solve our equation with this formula. X square minus 6x plus 5 equals to 0. Here value of a is 1, value of b is minus 6, and value of c is 5. We will put all these values in this formula, and this formula will give the value of x. This is a very simple formula, and it can solve all type of quadratic equations. This is not limited to any quadratic equation, it can solve all quadratic equation. X equals to 6 36 minus 20 upon 2. X equals to 6 plus minus 4 upon 2. So this will give value of x equals to 5 and 1.